like it. It's gonna dry out a lot better than this hump here. So
yeah, we just spread it out. That way the sun and the air can get at it better. And this is what it was before. So you can see it a lot wider.
And we're also,
there's a little dew on there, so
yeah,
it's got a ways to go.
We're also kinking it more with the beaters now.
I just started vlogging with my phone because I didn't bring my camera. And Jeff's cutting. I'll probably come back with the drone here in a bit. And then I think next time you see us, we'll be raking and baling.
I think I know where that nickel is, and if he makes a couple more rounds, I think we're going to be able to find it for you.
Let's go try to find that nickel.
Okay.
Hey.
Hey, what?
It's a lot of hay.
Hey.
Nickel should be over there. We'll look for it tomorrow.
Yeah, he's got a couple more rounds to make.
Guys, we cut that hay on Saturday, and today's Monday, the day we were gonna bale it and rake it and bale it. But last night, as I was coming home from a baseball game, a big old cloud, hey Ellie, a big old cloud started rolling in, and it was big, nasty, and dark. And I said, that's not good. And then I woke up this morning, and we had 1800s of rain. So our hay got rained on, and I mean, when we cut the hay, the forecast basically said nothing for a good week. And so nice rain came out of nowhere. But it's not all bad, because I drilled this field with sorghum more than a week ago. And it seemed like right after it, we got that hard 3 inches. And so it kind of formed a crust on top, which if you're not in agriculture, that probably sounds weird that a rain would form a crust on top. But that's what happened, and my sorghum is having a hard time poking through. So maybe that rain will help soften up the ground, and that sorghum can get up, but it kind of sucks today since I wanted to rake and bale. And just another little tidbit, 2 days ago, we were pressure washing a bunch of machinery off, and I just kept pull starting that pressure washer. And if you watched that a couple videos ago, and I think in multiple videos, we were having a tough time getting it started. Look at my fingers. They got rubbed raw because I was pulling on it so many times. But I think we figured it out. We started shutting the fuel off and ran it because apparently it just likes to basically drown itself in gas. So anyway, that's an update right now. Hopefully tomorrow we can rake and bale that hay. It's supposed to be windy and it's supposed to get warm, but it seems like it's going to be a little humid. You can see I got some flip-flops on. Not going to be too much going on today. It's just going to be me and Ellie hanging out. We're going to have to find something to do. So next time I see you, just a matter of seconds for you guys, we will be raking and baling. I really hope. I really do hope. Aren't you excited? We get to bale and stuff.
Yeah, that'll be alright. Beats working out in the heat, right?
Mm-hmm. It's looking like that hay is going to go today. We're going to try to flip it. One thing we got going is it's a little windy, which will blow our hay away. It's helping it dry, but there's a lot of variables. One of them being too much wind, and that could be an issue because if it starts blowing it away, then we have a hard time picking it up. So we're gonna hook up the rake, grease the baler as well, and then just kind of wait for our time and hopefully get some haying done. That's the sound of farm work, or just something that needs greased. We actually did grease this loader like a week ago. Some things just don't get better. Dad, you know how every time I stick the camera on this rake here and I'm making another pass, or I'm turning and I'm picking up the wheels and I'm lowering them, it squeaks really loud and everyone's saying, grease your rake.
We got metal on metal right here on this slide, and it's, I guess we could oil it a little bit, but it's not that we're not greasing it. It's
I mean,
just
so
rubbing here.
You got this and here, and there's like 6 or 7 of them. There's not a grease zerk or anything on any one of these. This round tube slides through here, so we can't grease it. There's no grease zerk.
I feel like if we oil it, then all that
stuff's
dust
gonna
is gonna
stick to it,
so
and then it might wear worse.
It's gonna squeak, fellas.
Yeah, one person said that's the sound of a cheap rake. Hey, I like my rake.
Could be. You know, I probably suppose if we spent twice as much and bought a Rouse rake, maybe they don't squeal when they raise up. It could be. I mean, that's fair. But this is what we have, and it does us okay.
Yep, and honestly, on everything we run on our farm, if anything, we over-grease stuff, I think. And now there's someone saying, over-greasing is bad. Yeah, it's true. But we definitely don't miss out on greasing. We make sure to grease everything.
I grease the baler every day when we're baling, and, you know.
Especially with hang stuff, you know, a lot of times it's dry, and like with a baler and a bearing going out, you can start a fire. And so if you're not greasing, then you might have a baler fire because a bearing might go out and get hot.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that too. You know, that's just that metal on metal rub, and it's going to make that noise every time unless we put a little oil on there, and that's going to collect dirt and dust. So
yep, so that's
we're going to make it, we're going to let her squeak, right?
That's all I got to say about that. I put a nice brand new tube in there for you. Oh.
Thank you for the tube.
Yeah, it's dead. Yep. Well, sometimes you get to the point where you just pick it up with the baler, but we think with that rain it's still a little wet underneath, and we were thinking just a couple hours of it flipped would get that water off of it. So,
and the wind's supposed to go down to about 15 miles an hour here this evening, so we're kind of waiting for that.
But tomorrow it's also supposed to be windier, and so
25 to 30.
It'd be nice if we're gonna rake it, it's gonna be today. Otherwise we can probably just bale it tomorrow, and we'll lose a little bit because we won't be able to pull it off the ground as good. But so we're trying. We just need the wind to go down. But right now we're gonna do some chores quick. So today is Tuesday, and on Friday, these bulls. Yep.
Today's Monday.
Today's Monday, and on Friday these 4 bulls get to go out to pasture, and they won't get to get this corn every day. Holy cow! Look at them chomp on that stuff.
Hurry before the big guys come.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna give her a go. It's still windy, but it's not as bad. And just in time, I got some stinky poo on my boots, and so now I can sit in a hot tractor cab with stinky poo on my boot. Anyway, here we go. Alright, so right away, I can tell I'm gonna plug the rake at some point here, because these windrows are really big. And I'm gonna keep going until Dad tells me to stop, because, oh man, that's a really big windrow. I don't know if this is gonna work too good. Must not be too terrible. You can sometimes see, especially on this side, the hay kind of runs up right there. It kind of shot up. It runs up on the rake, and then sometimes it'll actually flip over outside of the rake, And I mean, I've had it where I was catching basically nothing and it was all going over. That was a windy day, but it seems to be holding decently. Right around this area last year that I lost that dime. No, it was a nickel. I lost my nickel. Oh my gosh, there it is. Wait, that's a nut. Dang it. Another thing that happens that we gotta watch out for when that grass is flying over the rake is, well, it piles up here, which isn't an issue, but it can get in here and plug it up, and then the wheel starts dragging because it won't turn. There's all that grass packed in there. So that's another thing I gotta watch out for. A couple of years ago, we were raking and baling during some really windy conditions. I felt like a really good invention would be like a really big packer roller wheel on the back of the rake to kind of push those windrows back down, lower profile, don't catch as much wind. I told some people about it. They didn't think it was that great of an idea, so I guess one of you guys can steal it, make your millions. Just maybe write me a letter and thank me. Maybe give me a shout out. I'd appreciate it. Take a nice Instagram picture. Making hay. Went home, grabbed the baler. He must have thought the hay wasn't too wet. I didn't even feel it, so I have no clue. But I think it's going decent. Dad's dumping his second bale. Traveled about a football field's length, I suppose. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of bales out here. We're just starting the end rows here, and here are the cattle that are in the pasture right next door. And we like to hay this, like, I'd say 20, 30 acres, 25 acres first, because that allows it to green up this piece of grass, and then we let the cattle right in here when it starts greening up. Gets the cattle a little bit more grass. That pasture they're in isn't the best and it isn't the biggest. If you've ever raked hay, I bet you know this feeling. When there's only one row left and you just can't put two together. It's just the worst feeling. I might as well take one home with me. I bet your clutch foot's getting tired, your clutch leg.
That's pretty good hay out here, Nate.
Yeah, it barely fits in there. Well, we got a few inches on either side.
Yeah, there's no weaving in this field. It's just right down the center. Yeah, that's I don't know. Looks like this is good, if not better, windrow than last year.
Yeah. Last year I remember we were going a little bit slower, worried about it plugging.
Was it tougher? Or? Oh.
It was a little bit wider.
It wasn't going through the rake for a while.
Yeah. Ma texted us, said supper's ready. So Dad's gonna help me fold this up. I'm gonna head home, eat some food, and he's gonna finish the field. Sounds like a good deal, don't it? Bye. Well guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. It's always fun making hay, especially when the conditions are right, which it seems like so far this year the conditions have not been the best, but you just kind of got to deal with what you got thrown at you. Don't forget, we got Sonne Farms merch, hats, sweatshirts, shirts, and a sticker, and we are working on something. Hopefully that comes out soon, so be sure to check that out. It's in the link below. Thanks for watching this, guys. See you next time. Have a good one. Did I just say next time? See you next time. Have a good one. Ready?